After the devil went down to Georgia, he apparently took up politics. Is it worth watching? Find out when I look at Behold a Pale Horse on this week's Indy Christian Review. Mr. Researcher, roll that clip from my agenda review. So there, that's the last of politics you will ever hear on Indy Christian Review. I've got to stop making comments like that. So Behold a Pale Horse is a documentary about looming world government, a world elite, the United Nations, and the loss of American sovereignty. You know, happy stuff. People like Charlie Daniels, Lieutenant General William Boykin, and many others paint a very frightening picture of what could be on the horizon for America if things don't change from their current course. Basically, the end of America, and by extension, the end of the world. Wait a minute, does that mean this is an end times movie? Either way, they get their message across loud and clear. The interviews are very well shot, and they have some pretty creative B-roll and reenactments. It's kind of cool. But speaking of B-roll, this leads into my critique of where this documentary really falls short. I noticed this problem too when I watched Agenda. Both documentaries have very similar messages. Marxism/communism/socialism/whateverism is destroying America and we're all doomed if nothing is done about it. But where Agenda maintained a calm sense of urgency, Behold a Pale Horse comes across as very, let's be nice and say, passionate. For over 100 minutes, you've got person after person citing in no uncertain terms that they believe that the destruction of freedom in America is imminent. But they don't cite sources. They show next to no footage of the people they're attacking, short of some obviously edited sound bites. And they use a lot of hyperbole and second or third hand information about what the New World Order's agenda supposedly is. And this is where I've seen a lot of conservative political documentaries really lose their effectiveness in communicating their message. You see, it really boils down to that #1 rule of filmmaking. Show, don't tell. Show us the transcripts of these secret society meetings. Let us hear more than 2 seconds of sound bites from the politicians you're not agreeing with. Show us your sources, don't just tell us. When you're dealing with something as serious as political upheaval, you make it that much easier for your message to be discredited as just ranting if you don't take the time to gather evidence that you can show your audience. Otherwise, it's just hearsay. And that applies with any documentary. I know with the genre you can get away with a lot more talking heads than you can with a narrative film, but show don't tell still applies, especially if you're trying to present a case to change people's minds about something. So, is Behold a Pale Horse worth watching? Well, only if you approach it with an open mind about this stuff. Hear what they have to say, do your own research, and yeah, you might learn something. If you're already fighting mad about politics, you're gonna love this one. And that's all the time we have. Thank you for watching Indy Christian Review. Be sure to subscribe and leave a comment if this review is helpful for you. Until next week, may God bless you, and may God bless independent Christian films.